Good afternoon, JD King, Page County Engineer. A lovely spring day with Central Daylight Time.
Everybody's tired.
Engineer update went out Monday afternoon. More documents went out this morning. We're blading out in the districts, routine maintenance, not cutting edges necessarily, not working on washboards at intersections, but just blading the whole road. Blading pretty well. I experienced guys, and I had experienced guys with our new hires in the districts today, in their territories. They're going over the territories, starting our training, in-house training.
Have they ever worked at the grader before, these guys?
I'm not certain. Some of them have, maybe a little bit. One of them used to work for the DOT in Nebraska.
Okay.
But they're quality candidates. We had a plethora of those this go around. We're hauling rock, split the rock trucks up into 4 quadrants, and basically cut the county in quarters. Each truck's been assigned to area instead of running all together. Got a crew out repiling some brush that we got burned when it was snow. We have another crew still cutting trees and brush at the ridges and weirs. We're mowing some brush up at 150th along Redwood Avenue. And talked about the new hire stuff going on this week.
How long does their training and orientation usually go for?
Well,
Is that just till they feel like they get
till
the hang of it, or
till they get it figured out, and they'll be learning things. We'll send them off to schools. There's a flagger training coming up
okay?
next week, and just get them as incorporate them into our safety training too. As of this morning, we're waiting on a hydraulic cylinder from the old hoe up out soon to being repaired. Should be here later this week or next week. We're about to start the services of our mowing tractors and the mowers, because when it does rain a little bit, stuff's gonna grow real fast. And we confirmed, verified that the Hawkeye Truck Equipment people will have to use a front mounted pump on our new international trucks. Not particularly desirable, but that's what we have. Working on a fiscal year 27 budget and program. We got the program pretty much worked and starting to work on the budget amendment for this fiscal year. Be significant. Still working on the Yorktown Bridge project. Spoke with one of the landowners yesterday afternoon. Working on base stabilization and seal go projects inside the county. Something that hasn't been chewed up and set for years. The dust control problem. The dust control program is, we work on it in March. It'll be coming out soon. We had a student group from Shenandoah at the engineer's office. Nick Heyer gave a presentation to about 60 some students spread over 6 groups. I'm not going to attend ISAC this week. Stay here. This Yorktown thing needs to be on top of, and the budget amendment needs work. questions about the engineers?
The truck, the Alltech.
Still, the higher ups still have it, whatever that meant. I've heard nothing. I'm hoping it shows up before the end of the fiscal year.
Maybe. You know where it is?
I don't think it's in St. Joe. It's the Dodge part that's the problem, not the equipment part.
And it's not in St. Joe.
It's not in St. Joe. Nobody told me it was in St. Joe. If I was gone some of the days. There are no questions on the update. I'd like to turn your attention to the next item on the agenda, which is a rock petition on behalf of Jesse Hagee, who's in attendance today. This is a rock petition on 320th Street, east of L Avenue, a half a mile. There's some unusual circumstances here, and Jesse will talk about that. Jesse.
Good afternoon. As he said, my name is Jesse Hagee. I live in the suburbs of Bradyville, and wanted to talk a little bit about this rock petition on 320th Street. What I've asked for is the road to be upgraded from L Avenue, commencing at L Avenue and going east about a half a mile to the end of the road. There are two adjoining landowners to 320th in that stretch of it. Compton's to the north and Williams to the south. They both signed a petition. I visited with them. Both agreed that it would be a nice upgrade for them to be able to have surfacing on the road and access their agricultural lands better. At the end of the road where the road ends, then there's three other landowners involved. Myself as one, Lowell and Garrett Woods, and then Rick and Renee Hartman also own a parcel of land at the end of the road. So there's only the three signatures on the petition, but there's actually about 5 different landowners involved. Like I say, myself being one, and having like an all-weather type access to these farms would be nice. I've spoke to every one of the landowners, even the ones that are not on the petition. They all agreed that it would be a beneficial upgrade to them to be able to access, on a hard surface or a rock surface. The road has been rocked, is currently in a state of rock now, I guess. I don't know how long ago it's been. It was before JD's time, so we don't really have a set time, but I would guess 8 to 10 years ago. At the bottom of the road, they installed a new box culvert, and the contractor that installed the culvert, it's my understanding, rocked the road at that time so they could access that area and perform their work. That being said, to get the road up to where they thought it needed to be does not require the amount of rock that upgrading like a normal level B road would require. So as it's in the petition, it's going to require less tons to do that half a mile than what it traditionally would.
So it's got probably already a good base, is what basically is. You wouldn't have to build that up, so it's
Been
shaped and everything. Okay.
Yeah. So I guess unless you guys have any questions, I don't really know what else to say about it. That's what we're seeking is like an all-weather type access to these farms.
Access like off that road right now to your fields.
Yes. At the end of the road, that's where the other 3 landowners all access their parcels. Yeah.
I guess we just need a motion to approve.
Yeah, I would. I'd make a motion. We approve the rock petition.
Second.
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Yep.
Thank you for being here.
Hey JD, while you're still kind of on the clock, did we get the rock to the VA?
Yeah.
All right,
Oh,
good deal. Yeah, no, all right.
We're gonna call in this morning.
Okay, great. Thank you. Appreciate that.
Very good. They'll be happy.
Yep.
Okay. We now have Chris Falk and, to update us on the Samuel's Group and the jail update.
Good afternoon, Chris Falk, Site Superintendent for Samuel's Group on the Page County Jail. In the last week, a lot of work has taken place out there. O'Neill Electric has been on site, still working on electrical poles and a conduit. They're also installing lights now in the ceilings of the detention area, booking area, and in the cells. Crews are working on the generator pad. We did get that poured, so that's done when we poured the Sally Port, which is also done. They're working with ThinkSpace, which is doing all of our security wiring and data lines out there, and they've pulled quite a bit of that as of to date. Cunningham's on site. Unit heaters in the detention and chases are going in. Some of the more common plumbing areas are getting some unit heaters installed. They're still working on plumbing rough in and behind the cells to get ready to set fixtures. They are now starting to set up the mechanical rooms, which is the water meter room, hot water heaters, softeners, things of that nature. Cousin Electric, which is the subcontractor of theirs, is working on the building automated system, running wiring through the roof deck up to all the rooftop units, and then putting in all the sensors around the building. They also were out helping verify trench drain heights and stuff for the Sally Port board. Graphite's been still working on drywall and some of the masonry walls, and they've been framing what's left of the hard lids in some of the janitor closets, some of the detention area as well. And as I said, Stickler, they got the Sally Port poured and the generator pad done, and they started setting lines and grading for the approaches. Mahoney's been on site working on the fire sprinkler systems, and they reported to us that they're about a week and a half from being complete until we get finished ceilings in so they can put the drops in for the sprinkler system. So that's good news. WDSI, they got all the cell walls topped out. Top panels are on. They're finishing up some of their stitch welding, and they're getting ready for the paint crew to come in to start painting the inside the cells. And they're also prepping, all trades are prepping for the padded rooms, the padded cells. So there's a lot that has to be completed before they'll even come in on site. The upcoming week looks pretty busy. We've had some really nice weather, so been concentrating outside, getting some of the work done, getting some conduit ran for some pedestals. The generator bollards were put in. Some other bollards around the Sally Port area have been installed. A lot of lighting wiring going on as well. Cunningham's been putting in smoke and fire dampers throughout the building. Running more duct work for the RTUs. We got some security bars in, so they've been working to finish that up. Graphite is going to start prepping for paint next week. So we will start seeing some paint go in. Still, yesterday, if you go by now, the front looks a little different. They put the canopy up for the vestibule. So that's all been welded in place, installed as of yesterday. And they've been helping install bollards as well around transformers and stuff. WDSI is back on site. They're just about as far as they can go until they get the cells painted. So they're finishing up some odds and ends, some trim pieces and such like that, and getting ready for the padded crew to come in. Probably the biggest activity that you can probably notice out there is Stickler Concrete. They did get 85 yards of concrete down today. And so they got the back north drive is half done and the west approach to the Sally Port. They'll grade, they've got a sidewalk that they're grading that they're planning on pouring that and part of the east approach on Thursday. We're banking on no weather to stop us. And then there's a lot of activity on the roof. Blackhawk's in, we're dropping in the smoke dampers and finishing up scupper work up there so we get proper drainage off the roof and the rest of the exhaust work. So I think I counted today, I think there was about 45 people out there working on site today, and they were from the roof all the way inside, around the building, outside. They were everywhere. So it's an active site.
No,
Okay. And so any questions?
no, it sounds like it's moving quite along.
Yep.
Anything concerning?
Not right now. We got the gas will be installed Thursday to the fence of the property. And then we have to wait for the contractor that's going to do the boring from the corner down to us for the main. And talking to Alliant, they thought sometime in April, first part of April. So then we'll have fuel to the building. Nothing really outstanding right now that's of concern to the Samuels group. So
good.
Moving forward and trying to keep our schedule and date.
Thank you, Chris.
Yep, if you get a chance, pop out by.
Yeah,
I got hard hats out there. So.
I got mine in the car.
I was out there Sunday. Nobody was there.
Nobody was there.
I drove up there to look.
Oh. Okay, the next item is number 7, discuss action Page County Road Use Agreement. You speaking to that, JD? Or Jim?
Well, I talked to JD and letter looks adequate to protect our interests. My understanding is we did most of the repairs to the county roads that need to be repaired, and then they reimburse us for the cost of that maintenance. Is that right, JD? That's correct.
And everything is done?
No,
It's not.
we have been paid for amount of rock that we haven't placed yet because we're gonna wait till the spring.
Okay.
Later on.
Okay. But as far as what they are reimbursing us for, it's all been
Yeah.
paid up.
So there's no more due to us.
Unless we find unless something comes up, we'll break an agreement. Correct.
So I guess my question was on the road use agreement that we have. I didn't realize that that would ever sunset or end. I thought that that would just be something that was always covering our county. And what would happen if Mid-American had to come back in and repair a turbine and bring in a blade to replace or a generator or something big and heavy? Do we have to have a new road use agreement for that, for the heavy equipment? Or what would be?
That's what I think we should. New version with project specific routes.
Okay. So at that time, we would just have to come up with another road use agreement with them to do that.
Yeah.
Okay. And that isn't something, I know there's a Mid-American gentleman here, so that isn't something that they could just come out and hey, we got a generator that went bad, so we're bringing in a big generator and we're gonna have to, they would hopefully notify us that that's taking place, correct? It's just to cover us.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
This-
I'm trying to step on maybe.
No.
Do you want to come to the microphone and
Just-
just talk to us? Yeah.
yeah,
Trying to make sure he gets in his words, but. Yeah, I would say if we have any, I mean, you know, bringing in a blade or a new generator, that source would call up trigger a permit review by JD and
Okay.
ensure that we're not driving over. We're driving over the properly rated bridges, culverts, things like that, I
Okay.
would say. I think this is just to kind of acknowledge that, you know, the project kind of completed construction last year. Got with JD, reimbursing for the road repairs. And then, you know, trying to reimburse them for the aggregate. And like I said, we didn't really want to apply it all towards the end of the year, knowing we're going into the winter season.
Yep.
So, and we thought it'd be better put to use by JD and his team.
Okay.
In the spring, I guess. We've worked that out with similar counties in Iowa on our projects.
Yep.
So,
Okay. And you are?
Jared Nowak kind of led the construction side of this. So,
and JD, you're satisfied with all the improvements and the road conditions that have been?
Yes, they turned some back when
The Coin Road looks good.
one road has been repaired,
No.
we built Mid-American 3 times. The first time we had some patching and some other expenses. We got a reimbursement of $181,720. We had a bigger patching endeavor and build Mid-Am, $532,394 they paid. And then the rock that we haven't placed yet, we got a check for $218,441 ahead of our expense.
And what was the first amount? 181 what?
720. So we've received $932,556.30 from Mid-Am for work on the Page County Road.
So we have a letter, a written acceptance of the repair work that we're being asked to sign. Adam Jablonski has already signed it for Mid-American, and we need a signature with JD and the board accepting and acknowledging.
How long is the probationary period? Is this a year?
I would say I think we took out the 500K surety bond to kind of in advance, and that would just be closing that out because we have reimbursed the county as well. It's included in that letter.
Do I hear a motion to approve this?
Probationary period is on page 8.
I'm sorry,
Of
go.
the road use agreement?
Road agreement, page 8. 1 year probationary period.
Okay. I would go ahead and make a motion that we approve the completion of I guess, how do you want to word that? Do you want to approve the letter,
The written acceptance of
Written-
repair work, I guess.
the written acceptance of repair work? Agree. Okay. Make a motion that we approve the Page County Road Use Agreement, written acceptance of repair work.
I'll second that. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay. Right,
And I'll just say thank you, and especially thanks to JD for working with us all last year. He was very good guy to work with, so.
Is there,
Thank you.
just while you're up here, just real quick,
Yeah.
is there anything, so I know that they're working on putting in the light tower
Yep.
or the light radars. Is that, how is that coming? And then is there any issue with roads with any equipment coming in for that or?
I would say it's much smaller, more permitted loads on that one.
Oh,
It's
okay.
coming along. I'm hoping to have it enabled, say, end of April. I'm trying to get some networking stuff from the turbine vendors, but we're actively working hopefully here in the next couple of months. So
Okay.
we're pushing to get it done as fast as we can. I can try and get an update whenever it gets closer.
Okay. Yeah,
So-
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Send something out.
Yep.
On that. Just keep us up to date on it.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah, like I said, it's hard to make much progress over the winter.
Yeah.
We got late approval from all the other permits that we had to get in.
Sure. Yeah, the FFA one was, or FAA, not FFA.
Yeah.
FFA.
I do it all the time.
Yeah, they didn't have nothing to do with it. No. Yeah, the FFA or FAA
okay.
was
Yeah.
delayed, but yep.
Yeah,
Appreciate-
as it gets closer, I'll send something out.
Okay, yeah, appreciate it. Since we do have a lot of people asking about that. And
We're working hard at it.
Okay. Thanks, thank you.
Okay, our next item is board communication. I had,
Didn't have any meetings?
I had a meeting last week, DCAT, but we didn't have a quorum, so it's been moved to April. And I did talk to her about the $1,000 that we still have in a DCAT fund. And she's supposed to be writing a letter and then we'll get it to the state auditor and see what they have to say. And we can transfer that money out of there, hopefully, since we no longer have DCAT.
I'll have an RPA meeting, but not till the 23rd.
Okay.
So that's another couple weeks, but
Yeah.
it's the only thing I have on my calendar right now.
Okay.
I did talk, so we've been kind of talking about this easement for property there in Shenandoah, and I could kind of give each of you one of these. So I just kind of blew this map up a little bit. So the property in question is just off this Argus Road, and they're kind of wanting an easement so that they can get an E911 address back for they have a pumpkin patch and a little hobby farm back on this north side of the trace. And there is a county gravel road there that has a gate across it. But they use that road to get to their barn, and people drive down there when they open the gate for the pumpkin patch and things. But there's several different owners besides Page County. There's the American Nursery Products, and then Donnelly's, and then there's also Hillman's that own a little section of that. to the north of the trace. But it sounds like in talking with the EMA and through JD and Jim that they have to get a survey, and that would be the landowner at the landowner's expense. And then once they complete the survey, then I'm not sure. So what happens then? Do we approve it or?
They would have, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, Katie, but our understanding of this is they're gonna do a survey and then they'll have an attorney that draws up an easement for that
Okay.
survey. You know, the idea is the county shouldn't be expending money basically for them to have a private easement. Before they expend a lot of money on doing this survey and obtaining an easement, what I recommend that they do is run it by the board of supervisors to find out if you have any obvious objections to them obtaining an easement if they go through these steps. So they're not spending money and then being told, we're not gonna give you an easement.
Right.
I don't see any, you know, I haven't seen the survey or whose land this all belongs to, but if everybody agrees to it, I don't see any reason to necessarily object to it. But I advise them before they expend a lot of money on this project to run it by the board of supervisors to find out if there was any obvious objections you had before they proceeded to the next steps.
Okay. Yeah, so I've seen this property and been by it and up to it. There is, like I said, a little road there, and he has done some. I talked to him the other night, and Mr. Donnelly, that is, and he has, you know, put in gravel and things of his own, spending his own money to get it gravelled past the gate to where people can drive up towards the pumpkin patch and the barn. And they had, I think he said between 2,000 and 3,000 people last year come through and come up there. And this road, I know there's been some parking when they've done the haunted hayrack ride and things along that little county stretch there. There's a gazebo right there off the trace and things. So I personally do not have any, you know, issues or worries about them going the next step with the survey and they have good communication, I think, with everybody. I did reach out to Rebecca for the trace, but did not hear back yet from her. I have not talked to the other two parties that have land that would butt up against that road, but that road is, most of that road is technically county land. So I don't know that it would impede or, you know, be anything against the other property owners there. So, and really, and what they're wanting is just so they can have an E911 address in case something would happen out there. So, I mean.
And that would be Argus Road then, whatever.
Yeah, it would be, just.
It's not a real county road, it's just a
No.
road on county land that's developed over time. What we're doing, we're formalizing what's occurring.
Yeah,
Right.
there's people driving on it
Right.
now, and I don't know if there's been, I suppose when they do work on the trace or something, they drive up that road on that backside. He did say there was maybe some farmers use that road to access the land. So.
I don't have any problem with it. You have any problem? No? Then I guess they can proceed.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll talk to them and they can proceed and we'll go from there.
Okay.
So appreciate it.
Thank you for talking to them and
Yep.
clearing this up. I looked at the map, but I don't know. This is much clearer, so it's good. Okay. So we'll see where it goes from here. And
Yep.
thank you, Jim and JD.
Yep. Thanks.
Okay. Brian, you had landfill?
Landfill meeting, yep, everything's fine.
Any news from landfill?
Nothing new.
Okay. Did they bring up,
Nothing trashy.
you're really on it today, aren't you? Oh my God. Uh, did they bring up anything about the county participating in paying some for the small towns or the rural area,
It was mentioned by one of the members, yeah, but
but nothing, not moving forward? Okay. I guess we'll wait till we hear more. Okay. I need an approval for claims.
Make a motion, we approve claims?
second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion to approve the March 3rd minutes.
Make a motion, we approve the minutes as stated.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay. And our next item is to adjourn.
Make a motion, adjourn.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. 4:37.